Okay, and we are live, ladies. Hello, everybody watching on playback.
Hello.
And we have the talking skull. That is Allyson today.
And I will be. I'm
Ooh,
coming back. I just can't find my. There we go.
Woo.
There
Oh,
we
you
go.
got a
Hi,
skull.
everybody.
Oh, Allison's going to love that. You guys
woohoo!
check out Jackie.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
labradorite skull.
I've got several in here. That's so awesome. Yep. I got a whole bunch on my desk. That's awesome. It's good energy to have around your readings.
He's sitting here helping me read.
Well, I got to grab
Yep,
some
exactly.
She's got a one. Hi, Nancy. Hi,
I
Ross.
got this one and my totem sitting
Oh
here.
my God, with a bird. Oh, I love the bird.
Yep, with my crow. Anthony got me that.
And there's my skull that I'm bringing. I got to bring the skull too. So that's Hermes. That's
I love it.
That's so cute. Oh, that's awesome, Heather.
Yeah, I got him in Arizona. Yeah. He told me his name was Hermes. I'm like, okay. So he'll sit up there with us. So hi, Nancy. Hi, Rosanna. I got to sit down now because I have vertigo today. So I'm like, ooh. No, I have not been drinking. Oh, it feels like I have been. My God. Oh, I flashed back to my 20s. Yeah. So today, we are reading on, apparently this was a big case that Allyson was following.
No, I knew about it. I wasn't
She
following
knew about it.
A lot of people do. It was big. It was huge. And, it is huge.
It still is, yes.
Yeah.
Susan,
they just found her remains in November.
No, September 22nd.
Her remains?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everything I saw said November, but okay, we'll go with that.
That's weird. Sometimes I've been noticing when I do research on these cases that I will find one news source will have this information, one will have another. And that's why we couldn't read on that one guy that one day, because I couldn't tell Jackie if that dude with Balenciaga was a legit story. People couldn't get their shit together. Excuse my language, but this is, and also I just want to address really quick. I appreciate a lot of comments people are leaving after the show. I just realized that I've been getting a bunch of them, especially on our true crime. And some are from people who are like, well, where are you getting that information? And it's just like, for me, there's multiple sources. I take information down where I can. I don't follow every single article, but I do take a select few. I look at different dates. I'll share what I find, and I'll keep those aside, and I present them. And as always, these readings and information are for entertainment purposes only and educational. Yes. It's us just using cards to take a look from a different perspective at cases. And nothing that we come up with can be used in a court of law. Although some cases, I'm going to just retract a little bit. There are sometimes, because psychics have worked with law enforcement in the past, where certain information has been able to help them garner additional information for cases. But to just backtrack a little bit. So what we come up with, this is just our opinions on the case and what we're seeing with our cards. And everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This is still America, I hope.
Right.
And so, so moving forward, if there's information that you hear during a live stream that, may rub you the wrong way, or you feel like that's not real fact, it's just us looking at different angles from different perspectives on articles and videos. So just making sure that we keep comments positive. And that's it. I'm just going to stop, and that right there. And also starting last week, for anybody who wasn't here, Jackie and I are going to hold off from anybody sharing any cards or hits or insights into the case until after we're done reading, or if they could actually save them also and share them in the comments after the show. Because I think one time with me, I love participation in chat, but I think it was pointed out to me because we're contacting and reaching out with spirit of people who are deceased or other people who might be involved in a case. That's a lot of some of those energies can be very low frequency energies, entities, and not saying that you are, but we're all coming together psychically. And so that sometimes may put our readings kind of, because sometimes Jackie and I and our guests have kind of gone in a circle, and we're like, why do we keep going in a circle? Why does this back and forth? So if you get any information or any hits or any cards, we'll open it at the end of the show for anybody to share. And again, also any comments. And I think that's it, unless there's anything else, Jackie, that you want to add.
Well, just I think if we keep to muting ourselves when someone is talking, you know,
Yes.
just so that we can concentrate.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that works well.
Sounds good to me. Hello, medium Betsy Palmer. She was our guest reader last week. Hello, Nancy. Sherry is here. Fatima. We have the lovely Jackie's Crystal Moon here. And we have Allyson, Aries Girl Tarot. She is our guest reader this week. Hello, Shazad. Welcome. And let's see. Did I miss anybody else? No, I did not. Okay. So, Jackie and Allyson like to go into these readings kind of cold. So for me, I do like the full research, or I get, you know, the basics down. I kind of watch the news. Shannon watches them now with me too. He kind of shares his insights as with me as well. I said, you should come and join us sometime. And he's like, nope. But, so Suzanne Morphew apparently has been a well-known case. Some people have been following it. And of course, Suzanne, I mean, she was wealthy. She had a beautiful home. And in my opinion, again, to YouTube, always, she had a husband that, you know, he was, to me, he's an absolute ass. One of the things that what I don't like about him, and again, this is my opinion only, is that, and when I found in one of the videos, is that he likes to illegally tranquilize deer and remove their antlers and then sell them.
Wow.
So he's a real piece of work. Anyway.
Was that true?
It was in one of the court videos, mainstream court videos. They even had a picture showing all the heads on, because the reason why I learned about that is because during the investigation, they found an empty dart gun in the laundry.
Oh, yeah.
They found a tranquilizer syringe thing.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And they showed pictures of the deer heads on the walls and then a whole stack of antlers. And they said that, you know, he is known to, you know, hasn't been caught, but is known to, you know, do such thing as such to animals. And
So
on the more,
huh? He's a big hunter.
Elks,
deer, big game.
So, but Suzanne was 49. She went missing on Mother's Day. She lived near Salina, Colorado, in a town around a place called Maysville in Saugche County. Her husband claims that he had a job to do the morning of Mother's Day, and he left when she was still asleep when he left. And it is believed that she ended up taking a bike ride because later on her bike was found down a ravine and her helmet further down along the way. Her daughters apparently were away on a camping trip on Mother's Day. I'm trying to see if there's anything else basic that I can go in before we, so back in, now I found one article that said her remains were found on September 22nd to 2023. Allyson saw a article that said November. So again, give or take a month here or there with, you know, the articles.
In the fall, yeah.
People not really, you know, when they go and do their articles, they don't really fact check. So sometimes it's hard to really narrow down certain specifics. But between September, November, her remains were found in an area south of where she lived, is about 45 minutes south or 45 miles south of Suzanne's home in Saugche County, in an area which is now being kind of termed the Boneyard. It's in the town of Moffat, and it's a huge field area. And they were actually there looking for another missing woman. And while looking for this missing woman, they found Suzanne. So I think Allyson and Jackie, if this is good to you, maybe stop there with that much information and just kind of start seeing what we get with the cards. The claim was the morning she went missing, they're thinking, well, according to the husband, she was still home asleep when he left. And they believe that because they found her bike and her helmet, that she went riding. So I would like to, as one of the first questions, is what actually happened the morning that Suzanne went missing.
One other thing that I'll throw in there, and again, sure. I did read a little bit about this when it first happened, probably the first few months, and then that was about it. But that doesn't even pan out. She probably never even went, but yeah, of course we'll read on it, because she always wore her camel pack, and her camel pack was at the house.
Yep. Oh yes, there's a lot of, things that didn't fit. I'll get to that.
I have a card that would suggest that too. Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, one other, well,
and
never mind.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Jackie.
I mean, we're going to stagger it out. I do know a couple other things, not much. Do you want me just to say it now? Or wait?
Jackie, you want to go first, or you want Allyson to share and then you
No, Allyson, you work away first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. And then I'll just shush up altogether, because I might forget about this. And anybody that looked at this, would already know this anyway. So their marriage was bad marriage, whatever. Several kids and and there was also some stuff with the kids, and how that wasn't as pretty as that looks on the outside either, the relationship with the girls and all of that. But they were both cheating, both of them. Barry was a cheater. He cheated several times. This was very well known. And then she had reconnected, if I remember, I could be wrong, with somebody that was a boyfriend years and years and years before. Yeah. She had just reconnected with him. And something that I thought was funny, and this was revealed pretty early on, was that the last known sign of life from her was the evening before Mother's Day. She had sent like a bikini picture of herself to her boyfriend, and that was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and then nothing on her phone the rest of the day or the next day. And to me, as a single woman, having somebody in my life, that's weird. Like, she sends a bikini picture to him and then nothing. You don't text more that night. There's no phone call that night. That's your new hot relationship boyfriend thing. And then there's nothing. That alone is just weird. And then she leaves the next day on a bike ride and there's no activity, nothing on her phone. Yeah, it was midday the day before, in my opinion, or that later that afternoon or something. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and I'll add to that, but go ahead, Jackie.
That's okay. So my true crime oracle deck, and these were just ones that fell out while I was shuffling. So I have motive, jealousy, which makes sense, right? Manipulation. So no matter how bad the relationship was, and the two of them having cheating on each other anyway, but there still could easily have been some sort of manipulation going on, whether it was to do with I know you both said that they had loads of money, so whether it was to do with money or who'd get what if they split or whatever. Footprints, that would just show to me that like there has to be some sort of, not actual footprints necessarily, but some tracks to kind of lead to, and then like I thought it was funny that this came out because, like we already said, strange that the daughters weren't around when it was Mother's Day, I mean, who doesn't kind of go visit their mother on Mother's Day?
They had plans for later in the day.
Did they? Okay.
And she never showed up.
Okay. But this makes sense too, in the fact that you just say, Allyson, that they didn't have a great relationship anyway.
There was something with the girls. I can't remember what it was. It could probably easily be found, but there was some sort of, like, on the surface, it looks like a happy family, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the girls didn't live in the house, or there was something. So there was
the
stuff.
videos that I've seen, I haven't seen that, so that's new to me.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then I have House, and I mean, when I saw House, I immediately thought, and I know I had heard she went off on a bike ride, but I just saw the house card and I thought, it happened in the house,
Yep.
regret, remorse, but I don't know. I kind of don't get a feeling that there was regret, remorse. So it would be like as if it was in reverse. You know, I don't think anyone is too upset over it. Maybe lawyer. I'm not sure what the lawyer card is, but I'm sure that'll make sense at a later time. Drama filled. It's by the sounds of all their relationships, it would make sense that the drama filled card came out. Timeline, an issue with the timeline again, like you said, you reckon midday the day before, that there was no bike ride on the morning she went missing and all that, so that would make sense.
Those are great cards.
I love them. Deviant or pervert, then I got as well. So I don't know.
Get that deck.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. And accomplice, which would make sense, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's so much I could say right now, but I'm just gonna shut my mouth. Yes, I agree with all that. Yes.
Good.
So Jackie, before I share what I heard on one of the videos, are you done?
Yeah, fun.
Okay, so apparently, according to the 48 hours video that I watched that looked at her case, Suzanne suspected Barry of cheating. And this is fact. It was on the video. They even had a picture of it as evidence. She had actually gotten a spy pen to record, to try to catch her husband. And instead, it kind of backfired on her because it ended up recording her talking to the other guy, which was nowhere near where she lived. So he was cooperative. He did the DNA thing and stuff and whatnot, and said, and he was just too far away to be able to beat him. So he was cleared. But it's they were both having an affair. But I think Suzanne just really just wanted a relationship where she felt loved. She felt cared about. Her sister had mentioned that he had been abusive, both verbally and physically. She was aware of, all these infidelities.
Many.
And she did not feel safe alone with him. And she told her sister, not like I think more than like a day or two before she went missing, that she was going to file for divorce.
Yep, that's the lawyer card.
Yep. Before I got on with Jackie, I went ahead and pulled a few cards for my crime deck. I got multiple people were involved in the crime. I did get dating history or killer knew of the victim. I also I'll save that one here for later. Killer is a predator who tracks a specific type of victim. I'm going to save that too for later. Well, I just share that one. But that goes to me with, I'll just share this one then. Research similar crimes in the area to see if they are related. Her remains were found in an area called the Boneyard. So other crimes being related to that area and bodies being dumped there. And also a witness may not be fully disclosing all of the facts. So there are people that they have interviewed that are not sharing what they do know. And to go with Jackie, when you said about about what happened that morning with the location of where she was taken, the first thing I asked is where was she murdered, and I actually got the West card. So I'm not sure what West is yet. I have to go back and watch. I'm not sure what the maps. I know the Boneyard is south, but something with West came out. I also got the home card, the home and hearth card, Jackie. So I feel like it happened at home. Again, the next card was home and earth. So there's the home card again. And this is what really, it almost looks like her too. It says life and breath. That's where she took her last breath. When I asked again, so where was she found? I got water, which was a little interesting, but there is some water out in the desert. There's a little bit. But I also got, the next card was desert. And I got plants and I got growth. And there is scrub and growth in the area. They found her in a shallow grave. And now what I'm going to point out, and I don't know if you saw the video, Allyson or Jackie, if you watched, but part of his alibi was, that Barry said, was when he was leaving for work, he took a detour because he wanted to go see the elk. And to me, that's kind of like moose elk energy. So that kind of gave me the shivers when I saw that, because there's, because people are like, what do you mean you stopped to go look at elk? So I just thought that was interesting that it's describing an area where she was found, but also incorporating part of his alibi or his story of, what took place, that night. So those are my initial cards. Anything else you ladies want to share? No? Okay.
No, I'm good.
So what happened the morning Suzanne went missing? Do we want to pull cards on that, or Allyson? Do you want to pull cards on that, or do you already feel
Sure,
strong
whatever
enough?
you guys want to pull cards on, I'm in.
Jackie, do you want to pull cards on that, or do you
Yeah.
think we've already... Okay.
Yeah, we can do.
All right.
Oh, I'm so cold.
So what happened the morning before she went missing?
Well, that's what they're claiming. Now, you just said that she was sending pictures at noon. So do we want to say what
2
happened?
p.m. 2 p.m.
The
Just
prior day.
to be specific. So she went missing on Mother's Day, May 10th,
Yeah.
which is usually a Sunday.
Yes.
So I would say Saturday, for whatever, not that it really matters, May 9th, 2 p.m. That was the last activity on her phone, which was her sending a picture to her boyfriend. And then there's other stuff that I've heard, but I don't know how accurate it is. So I'm not even going to bring it up. But it just seems weird in this day and age how busy people are with their phone. Clearly, she was smartphone friendly, of course. That then she just wasn't on her phone again that evening at all.
So,
I mean,
but we can just say what happened
that day.
Prior to her going disappearing, or what happened to her, the day before she went missing. Because I know she had mentioned to her sister the day before, or 2 days before that, she wanted a divorce. Go ahead.
The other thing was the Saturday, her best friend, who she was very close with, that best friend's daughter, if I got this correct, if I remember this correct, this was a while ago, got married far away. Suzanne wasn't going to the wedding, but her best friend had sent her pictures that weren't received or opened or something or other, like on Snapchat. Yeah. She never looked at them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how long ago before she disappeared was that?
I believe that was on like Saturday, late afternoon, evening, which is usually like wedding time, right?
Yeah.
If it's your best friend, you're probably getting those pics, not true time, but not too long after, right? It's your best friend, and you're sending pictures from your daughter's wedding. But that was on Saturday, which would have been the night, the day before Mother's Day, which is the day that they determined she was missing. So.
Okay, we could just ask what happened the day that Suzanne went missing.
Okay.
Would that be, because we know now, I think that it wasn't actually that Sunday. Because Barry said, oh yeah, the day before we had a great dinner, we had steak and we made love, and then we went to sleep, and then in the morning.
That's all a lie. I know.
I was just getting
the first time nauseous. I looked at him, I'm like, oh my God, that's a serial cheater. All day long, just looking at him. And I think she finally cheated because she probably cared for a long time, and then she finally just didn't. That just happens. And I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying, they've got numerous children. He cheats all the time. You're finally going to just be like, whatever. So he had a huge business. That landscape business was their money. That's why they had that massive house. And there was something with her saying to him about the money. It's always about the money. So they were fighting about that as well. And he knew she was going to leave. And I'm just going to shut my mouth. All right. So we're playing on Saturday?
Yeah. The day that she went disappear.
Okay.
What happened the day
and that's everything I know at this point. And again, that's all old news.
Well, it's new news to me, because I haven't seen that in the stuff that I've been watching. Whoa, that's too many cards.
Hi, Rain.
Hey, Rain. Interesting. I got Jackie. I got a card for children again. I got a child card, a young
Huh.
adult. But this is a young adult for like teens to 16-year-old. But that's interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. Let me know if you're ready, and I'll put you on the screen. You can share your cards.
Yeah, I have a few there.
Okay, let me get you
Huh.
over.
So I have the 10 of Wands. So this would suggest to me that she was, carrying all the shite of their relationship for quite a while, and she was sick of it and she wanted out. I have the Hanged Man. Like I wouldn't read it as like the skeletons in the closet or how her bones being found or anything in this case, like we did before with another case, but more just the fact that she just wanted it all to stop because the Hanged Man is kind of considered a stop card. So she just wanted it to stop and get out of it. 5 of Wands with all this fighting. So again, she wanted all the fighting to stop. She'd had enough. It was just too much. She was carrying it all. She tried 8 of Cups. She went off in search of something she was missing. This just kind of seems to me like she was trying to get away, maybe she had told him she wanted to walk away, so, and maybe that's what happened, and the Ace of Wands then would kind of, to me, link with the relationship with the new boyfriend. And I have the 10 of Cups. She just wanted to kind of find that proper happy relationship with all the proper love and emotions and stuff, that a normal happy family should have, so I reckon she might have told him, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I have so far.
Because she told her sister that I'm asking him for a divorce. She said she had enough. So
Yeah.
Let me see if Allyson, are you ready? Or are you still shuffling? Nope. Okay. So of that one big deck, I have to kind of break this down. This is interesting. I got buried, and I got trapped, and I got a young adult. Now buried, trapped feels very much like, they found her in a shallow grave. I also got blackmail, which is interesting. And that could very well be with the evidence on the pen. She either tried blackmailing him for the divorce with his cheating or vice versa. But I did get stranger. I did get drugs involved, drugged, and which stands out to me because he had the tranquilizer guns that he would use on animals. And I also did get a witness card. Now, 2 that came out interesting when I said about the child. I say, so what's this child? Can I have a couple clarifiers? I got frozen and distraction. Frozen, I'm not sure how frozen works in this, to be quite honest, but the distraction. There's something to do with the children. I don't know if the children going away was going to be the distraction that they needed for him to be able to do what he was going to do. The frozen card, I'm not sure, but I did pull also from the haunted house, and I got the 4 of Pentacles. So yes, this whole thing about money, wanting to hold on to the money. This feels, like with the divorce, who's going to get money? I'm going to take you for everything you have. No, I'm going to take you, that kind of thing. Just really holding on to the money. I did get the moon card, so there were secrets. But what I love about, the moon cards is that the secrets were illuminated. She saw the truth. She knew what she had to do. And then I got the Temperance card. So sitting down now, I'm still getting used to this one, Jackie, with the Temperance, because usually you see it one person balancing 2 cups and trying to keep a balance, trying to keep focus, trying not to watch out over excess. But it just feels like somebody was sharing information. information that came out between two women talking. He may have seen the text message that his wife sent to his sister. I'm going to divorce him. I did get the Chariot. The Sun card, I'm not sure of. But I think possibly the Chariot was her wanting to move ahead. Because I did get the Sun card. Her wanting to have something better for herself. And didn't you just get this card too, Jackie? Okay. Yeah, wanting to start something new. Lighting the candle. Oh, rekindling the old flame. Okay, that's where it comes in. Okay. So this, I think she was ready to leave him so that she can go and be happy because she rekindled that old flame of hers. And at the bottom, I did get the Justice card. There was an injustice, there was an imbalance, and I think he found out. And yeah, this relationship, this marriage was a mess. Did you get anything else before I give it over to Allyson? Jackie?
There we go.
Did you
No,
get anything?
I was just mixing up my cards. No, work away.
Okay. So I'll give it over to Allyson. Oh, hi, Scouts.
Hi,
I did the face of baby.
Aw.
Hi, handsome. Oh, look at the tilt of the head.
He's like,
the
what?
head. Oh,
He's sitting on the bed.
Mr.
Yeah.
Mickey, where are you? For this. This is so sweet. And hello, Pisces greeter. Bye, Hershey. Thanks for popping in the chat. Okay, now Isadora, you weren't here for the announcement, but we're going to hold off from sharing what we get until after the show because I think the last couple times with doing the spare boxes and people pulling cards in the chat, it was just throwing out a lot of different psychic energy, and it might have been, for at least for me, I can speak. I think it was throwing off my focus on what I was pulling on the cards. So if you just want to hold on those and share them at the end, that would be awesome, my dear. So already, lovely dog. Yes, he is. What a sweetie. Look, he's just standing there going, you're not paying attention.
He just winked at me.
He wants to EAT, which he usually does at 1 p.m., which is around the time we'll be ending. So, okay. So I pulled from several decks. I did not do spreads, and I always do spreads because that's how cards make sense to me, especially tarot. But I was just having cards come out and I'm kind of pulling together a story. I was asking about Saturday, which is the day before. That's how I posed it. The day before, what happened? Da, 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 da. And I'm just kind of, and I asked between Suzanne and Barry. And so what I got was, or what it looks like here, putting these cards together and making a storyline, is that I think both of them, but for very different reasons. And there was a lot of remorse and just, yucky, whatever, 5 of Cups energy between them. Right. And I got the King of Cups on the 10 of Cups. I think this is about what Barry did to their family. I don't know what his sign is, but it really doesn't even matter. King of Cups is how I would describe what I've heard about him anyway. Temperance here. I think this is really more of her. I'm sorry. This is more of her viewpoint because I am thinking from Suzanne's state of mind. So there's a lot of sadness and regret here about just what's happened to the family because of him, King of Cups. Temperance is what she was finding, what she was seeking, what she was wanting, a balancing out. 6 of Wands with the Page of Swords. This is her feeling like she knows what she's going to do. She's going to be successful. She's got this information, all of that. 10 of Wands is about being so burdened about everything that's happened. And then I have 8 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So, but I was asking about what happened that day, and what I ended up getting is like where her mindset was at the time that this all happened. But then I pulled from the cards that I made, and I got great sorrow on loyalty, meaning there was none. I got divorce and loss. I got principal, sweetheart, and friend. This tells me about the rekindled boyfriend from the past, I would think. And I got money and illness. Now, I had heard somewhere in all of this that she was battling cancer, but that doesn't mean that it was like deadly or anything like that. And I don't know how it progressed, but she was sick to some degree. And I got passion and rival together. And I got new hope with the marriage card, right? Which that I'm not really sure what that would be. But then what I thought was really interesting that I got comes back to one card that Heather got that didn't make any sense. And I got drowning. Now, when they found her body, all they found were her largest bones, and they were scattered. So she could have died by drowning and then been pitched wherever and whatever. We wouldn't know because all soft tissue is completely gone. At some point, if you ladies want to, I think we should look into this and see if there's anything there at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the Literary Witches deck, I pulled, and again, I was asking about the day before, I got Vision, Braid, Love, and Family. I think she was trying to talk to him about where she wanted them to go with all this. It doesn't mean it was done nicely. She could have been screaming all this at him for all I know. And then a couple of the stuff in here, I think they had a very tense exchange and something went sideways. But again, I was just asking about Saturday and I just more got information about Suzanne rather than what actually happened that day. But unless it was that he, I don't know. Is there, I don't know. Again, they don't know what happened to her. They don't really know.
Well, something I will add really quick is that there was one of the so her husband was eventually arrested.
Yeah.
There were CCTV cameras of him making 5 different stops.
Yes.
Dumping garbage bags.
Yep.
So we're like, okay, what's going on with that? However, the prosecutor really did drop the ball on it because the day before he was supposed to go to trial, they found out that prosecution was holding something called exculpatory evidence. And there was actually another male's DNA inside Suzanne's car where her bag that you were talking about that she never leaves and her water bottle were there. And they found a different DNA profile that linked to several others in different states. So I'm wondering if, and again, YouTube, this is just speculation. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Did the husband have someone kill Suzanne for him? Because his DNA, at least, before then, there was nothing that they could find, but they did find somebody's that was not his. It was not her new partner, her new love, out of state, because they were thinking that this individual might be responsible for other murders elsewhere, especially SA assaults against women in other states. And one of my cards said originally that hinted at is a killer is a predator who tracks a specific type of victim. And so that was making me think about the DNA of this other male that they found that was not the husband's, but was similar to DNA linked at other SA assaults against women in different states. But just really quick, when I asked if the husband did it, I got 4 of Swords, I got 9 of Swords, and I've got the Knight of Swords. So you've got Swords, boom, 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 and on the bottom was the Lover's card. But the Lover's card doesn't necessarily mean they were lovers. This could have been an agreement made for somebody to follow through with her disappearance. I also got 3 of Swords. I got Ace of Pentacles, and I believe money was being exchanged. Money was given. Then I got the 8 of Swords. Here's a woman bound and blindfolded. I got the 10 of Wands, oppression. I got judgment. Judgment was laid upon her. Literally, she ascended. She died. She transitioned. And then I got the 9 of Pentacles, which is a peace of mind, contentment. So now he has peace of mind, or he was content with how things worked out. So that's just my initial interpretation of that. So let me just do we want to read if this was a for hire, and that might be why this person's DNA is found in other places, because this person gets paid to do this? Or what do you ladies feel?
Just when you mentioned there, Heather, when you said that you wondering if the husband got someone else to do it, this fell out the 5 of Swords, and this is like the head maid has gotten Raven to give out to one of the other maids for her, so this is her having hired her to do her dirty work, so.
Ooh, okay.
Just thought it was funny how it fell out while you were saying it.
I just remembered something too. I think you'll be okay with me saying this. Do you want me to something that I remember now?
Yeah,
but sure. If this
So-
this is entertainment purposes only. This is
Right.
just us.
Yeah, and this is out there. I just can't remember if it was the 9th or the 10th, but when they investigated Barry, his phone was put on airplane mode in the
For
middle of the
4
night
hours.
for 6 hours.
Oh, 4.
I think it was 6. It could be 4, but I could have sworn it was 6. But regardless, and he doesn't normally do that.
Yeah.
And they were able to tell, though, that his truck did never move. It didn't.
Yep.
But how with his GPS on his truck or something, or they could determine the truck never moved. Fine, they didn't use his vehicle. But the doors opened and closed some crazy amount of times at 3 a.m. on his truck.
Mhm.
So he
Yep.
probably had somebody that either killed her and or helped with the whole situation in another vehicle, or for entertainment purposes only, all of this.
Mhm.
But that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they were saying, and who puts their phone on airplane mode and blah, 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 blah. Well, in his defense, not to defend him, but whatever. I put my phone on airplane mode all the time. I do it for a lot of different reasons. But the strange thing was he didn't. And then he did. So that's weird.
Mhm.
So
And-
I just wanted to mention that, but I can't remember if that was on the 9th or the 10th, but it was around the time period they were looking at all of his stuff, and
Mhm.
that's kind of weird for sure.
That was Monday. That would have been Mother's Day morning. According to one article or video, his phone was, or truck, whatever, was on mute from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. And
Okay.
then later on, they found him dropping bags off at 5 different locations. And his response was, well, yeah, I'm cheap. I didn't want to pay, so-and-so or somebody to come in and pick up garbage. So yeah, I'm guilty of being cheap, and I dropped them off at different places. That's a crock. I'm sorry.
There were many weird things to me that they ended up not even using. It was like, what? Like there was a bunch of weird things. And that's why
So-
I mean, it's just weird.
So Isadora, putting on airplane mode keeps you from being able to have
They don't know
I
your
guess-
location. They don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. The
Because when you're in
GPS does
airplane-
not work
Yep.
when you're on airplane mode. So they don't know the whereabouts of the phone, which usually is going to be the person as well during the time the phone is on airplane mode.
yeah. And really
Why not
quick,
just
we have
leave your phone at home? It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Unless
know,
had
I mean, you got to be a
contact
total
somebody.
dumbass to think that
Yeah.
later, if anything comes of this, which it probably is going to, that, they're not going to look at what your phone was doing.
So Sylvia joined us. Oh my God, I saw your thumbnail. I saw drowning, and I kid you not, as I clicked to the video that Allyson had the card up that said drowning. Well, I thought that
Okay.
was making
Huh.
wow.
Okay. Thanks, Sylvia.
Hello, Arlene. Marby has joined us. So thank you, everybody. With the cases now, look at chat here and there just so that I don't lose some train of
What-
thought, especially when it comes to all the questions and stuff involved with the cases. But I'm just going to put myself on mute and ask if the
What are
husband,
we asking?
if the husband hired somebody
Oh yeah,
to
perfect.
kill his wife or to help him, you know. And when one of you ladies are ready, let me know and I'll unmute, or I'll put you in the big, not unmute, but I'll put you in the big screen. You know what I mean.
I can comment at this point.
Okay.
I think that I think it's possibly that an acquaintance to him could have helped. Somebody he hired, I don't know about that. Maybe just somebody that he knows that is a piece of work that's willing and knows the situation. Because I got divorce, friend, murder by family friend, trouble, personal interest, tragedy, consequences, loss, partying. I think so. I think it's I and I didn't before. Didn't even really. I didn't. I thought he probably just did it himself, but no, he probably. Yeah, somebody else was probably involved in some way, shape, or form, whether it was helping with the aftermath or the actual act or a combination or whatever. I don't think he acted completely alone.
I agree. And what's interesting? Oh, I'll let Jackie. Are you ready, honey?
Scout.
You're on mute, Jackie.
The Knight of Wands, which in this deck is vampires, and it is wands. Hold on, I think the wands are demons. Sorry, and the swords are vampires. So I have the Knight of Wands and I have the Three of Swords. So this would suggest to me that he hired someone to do the killing. Like this is a vampire hunter killing the staking the vampire through the heart, So these two together would suggest to me that he did hire someone to do it.
Wow. This is crazy.
Which stuff on the big screen?
This is weird. Yeah, he did. He had someone help him, and I'm sitting here looking at this, going, And it's somebody, an acquaintance. Yes, I got the Queen of Swords, a woman over 25 years old. I also got the Page of Cups, a young woman to 25 years old. And what does he have? He has 2 daughters. Now, I'm not saying they are responsible, but they may Then I got the Two of Swords. There's that blindfold, having to make a decision. I think the girls know. Either they were involved or indirectly involved. I got the Hangman. And when I asked about the Queen of Swords, I got the Ace of Wands. I wanted to clarify her on the Queen of Wands. And I got Ace of Wands, birth, new ideas, creation. Because they said they found a male's DNA, and I know court cards can be either or. But the Queen of Swords, cold, hard, demanding, authority. That just really sounds like him. Or possibly the person, if your ladies, for our next question, if you're comfortable, or if you want to, I want to pull cards on the daughters. And of course, YouTube is just entertainment purposes only. It's just looking at, different possible aspects of the case. But then when I asked for another clarifier for the Page of Cups, I got another page, another young woman, and it was the Page of Swords. So I feel like there's some sort of feminine person involved. I don't know if this might have been a lover of Barry's, if it had one of his daughters might have been involved. So yeah, then I asked again for some more clarification. Then I did get the Emperor. I got the Emperor card. I got the Chariot. Movement of residence is the first line out of here. So she was moved from the home. So yeah, I agree with Allyson, most definitely. He, she, they, all this was taken on, happened at the home. Influence. I think he influenced. I got the Magician. Element of surprise. She did not see it coming. Somebody who she felt she could trust. And then at the bottom, I got the Lover's card again. So this could, I'm just going to, here, let me just see if I can get a clarifier on the Lovers, because that could be just a relationship. Well, it says love affairs, romance, relatives. I'm just going to do a quick clarifier. Jackie, did you have anything else, or Allyson, that I can put you on the Justice card for the Lovers? Legal situation. So yeah, it had to do with her wanting to divorce him. Legal proceedings. Okay. I know it sounds a little bit more vague than concrete, but did you ladies get anything else?
I haven't pulled anything yet, but they could easily have been total daddy's girls and just haven't found out that the mother had a new fella, just lost the plot. And
yeah, because I kept getting those young women. You got anything, Allyson?
Well, I once again had the before I was really even pulling, I had the drowning card fly out again.
Okay. I'm trying to remember.
And I got if what?
No, I'm just saying that when you said drowning, pool jumped into my head, and I think they had a pool, but this was, I think, still cold.
I don't know, but I don't see how that house would not have a pool. Do I know that it has a pool? No, but in Colorado, I mean, which it does get, this house is, I don't know how big it is, but they showed aerial shots of it. It's enormous. And it's in Colorado. Land in Colorado is very expensive. I'd be shocked if they didn't have a pool in the backyard. But anyways, no, not really. But I got just in touch. I feel so weird again. I always can feel weird talking about this stuff once you really start talking about it. But I got partying, home, intoxication, and poison. And I just got drowning. And then I keep thinking about that dart gun thing. And now I'm saying gun. It was a syringe. It was a dart. It was a tranquilizer pen, syringe, whatever, which could be intoxication. It also can be poison. But the drowning, it's like you could be drugged and then thrown in a pool. And I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just, I don't know. And I've gotten lots of marriage, married, divorce.
Mm.
That was a hot topic. And I think this had been ongoing. There was something in all of that when I was, again, I only saw a couple things. This was quite a while ago, but there was ongoing text messages, voice messages, whatever that were gone through. And like she had been talking about leaving because of how he was for a long time. And he didn't want them to get divorced because of what it would do to them financially. But once she started fooling around, what I think happened, this is me, I think he flew off the handle when he found out she had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
goose
he's doing what
is
he's
supposed to be
doing.
there.
But a lot of guys, once you do it, they're, oh, whoa, no. You know, and he was probably very, very enraged.
Yeah. I just can't seem to get a straight answer on the if there was a male that helped him. Because I asked about his daughters, and were they involved in somehow? And I got the first thing is 10 of Swords. But then I did get finally a male card. I did get Knight of Cups, a young man. Now we know that he's got a construction business. We know that he's got guys that he could, you know, possibly, you know, hey, I need help with something, you know, pay them or whatever. I got a hollow victory. I got the Ace of Swords, double-edged sword. Then I got the Hierophant, which is, of course, marriage was the first one that jumped off of it. And then the Nine of Cups, improvements, feeling smug or pleased. And that was him. He was just like, you got nothing on me.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I just asked if there was any knowledge on the young lady's part, and I got plot scheme and I got personal interest.
Told you.
Now, I'm not saying that they did. These are just cards,
Yep.
YouTube, but this is what I had come out. It doesn't mean that they played a role, but like I said, was there any knowledge? That's what I asked. Was there any knowledge? Now, that could be before or after. They may realize he's guilty. If he is, I don't know, YouTube, whatever. But they may, to me, based on everything that's been seen, and I'm now going to catch up after the fact, now that we've done this, to me, it felt like he knew about it or, in fact, had done it. And I would think if your father was, in fact, guilty of something like this, you would know on some level. I would.
And they're all grabbing his hands. They're crying with him. They found Mom. We're all in tears. And the first thing that came out of his mouth was, it affected my reputation and my job. Your wife was murdered, and your first concern is...
That was his first concern?
He when they were interviewing them and say, how do you feel, you know, when they finally broke their silence. And also with, no, you can't come up here. With his girls there, he was saying, yeah, he goes, you know, they had tunnel vision. They you know, they hurt my reputation and my business. And I'm like, that was like one of the first things. He didn't say, yeah, that was, yeah. So that tells you right then and there. And people have been putting some comments, made the job easier to be tracked. Okay, so we're still talking about the airplane. That explains why, you know, the daughters too. And again, this is just me making observations or I don't say assumptions, but just looking at different angles, is that if mommy and daddy got divorced and daddy or, you know, whatever, lost a lot of money, that was going to affect their lifestyle as well. But I was getting those swords with the women, and I just like, are you kidding me? Jackie, do you got anything else?
I was just focusing on the, you know, did the daughters have some involvement somehow? And I have the Hermit card, which in this deck has, when I wish there.
Oh, sorry.
Raven is there on. Raven is there in the background watching on, so that would suggest to me that yes, he might have done it, but they saw something, they knew something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the what is it, Justice card in this deck. And again, it's the head maid with the out of balance scales, but there's the two other maids in the background. So again, that would show me him and them, you know. Seven of Wands, which I would see as the mother trying to defend herself. Oh, she's gone. Trying to defend herself in whatever went on. And what do I have? But after asking with the daughters involved, what did I get? But the creepy twins. So yeah. Hey, Taro, ask backwards, which is Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
All right.
Yes. I asked again about the
Darling.
daughters. I got 8 of Swords, 6 of Swords, the Moon, Deception, Delays, and then I got the Star card. To be careful not to become too greedy, it says on this deck.
Put yourself on the big screen there so we can see it.
Sorry. This was on the bottom when I asked about the daughters. Brightness, hope, could bring excesses, or be careful not to become too greedy. I was also getting the 8 of Swords, 6 of Swords. Oh, and there's the water. I got the water card. Well, something to do with the water. Boat or over water travel. Frustrations, feeling bound. You know, I'm just wondering if maybe one of the girls is feeling frustrated because they can't say anything, feeling bound and gagged. And then the Moon. Emotions up and down. I don't know. It's inconclusive, but at the same time, we get similar cards. Let me just... Allyson, did you want... Oh, she's shuffling. I didn't know. Did you want to still shuffle and pull on if there was a body of water that she drowned?
I just did, and I got accident and trouble at home.
Oh, accident. So maybe he didn't mean to. I don't know.
Yep, I don't know either.
I'm just going to see, because this deck here, the Elemental Oracle, has nature in it. So let me see if I can get...
I just keep getting married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced. It just keeps coming out over and over and over. That was a huge issue. Huge.
I got silence. I got snow. But I also got, again, another boat on water. Building atoms. They were building, or this is them building a case.
You also got the Moon, which is a water card.
And then I got cave protection.
I'm going to switch decks.
She wasn't found in a cave. However, she was in a shallow grave. So she was buried. And at the bottom, right here we go. Fluidity, outer core. She's coming out of water. But you got, Jackie, anything?
I just have these, which are interesting. I would see this as the husband, Barry. There he is with all his King of Pentacles. There he is with all his money and looking a bit smug and not wanting to kind of lose any of it or anything. And I have the Two of Swords then, which is her kind of in that stuck position of wanting to leave him or trying to leave him or whatever and go to the new fella. And the Ace of Wands came up again. So it's like... wait now till I hold them properly. So yeah, no, that's not right. So there she is, like stuck between the husband and the new fella, you know, or the rekindled flame.
Yeah, I can hear them.
Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't kind of focusing on a particular question, just on the situation as a whole. So yeah, it was interesting.
Okay, so I ended up shuffling again to just husband involved, what's going on? And I got fire. So yeah, there was a temper, something flared up. It says here ignition, unless he might have burned something that was also evidence. But they're showing him just dumping garbage into different, but no, the fire, I got the breath of life again. She took her last breath. I did get the peace card. You know, for me, this feels like she transitioned. You know, she's at peace, but to the point of she does want justice. And on the bottom of the deck, I got mystery, dark matter. And there's a young lady with a butterfly over her mouth. I'm really feeling like one of the daughters or somebody wants to come forward and talk. Oh, something just jumped into my head. I think I might save that for backstage. Or can I talk about this on here? And how would I word it? Nah, I'll save it for backstage because I haven't had any. I'll just ask it privately to myself. So let me just So Jackie, is there any questions that you want to ask? We are at 1:08, and Allison's going to have to go in a little bit to get back to work. So is there any questions? I mean, we can always revisit this too as more evidence or stuff.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is the Woody V will know the High Priestess card? Is that the water element?
Yes.
I think that's what I was thinking.
Intuition, knowledge. But yeah, someone's got hidden knowledge.
Because I asked if she drowned, and I got the Queen of Pentacles, which I would see as her, but I got the High Priestess as well. So either, I suppose, they probably
that would be a yes.
They probably didn't.
She was a Taurus too.
Was she? Okay.
And there that came out again to the water, the boat in the water. Yep.
Yeah. Did they not find enough to kind of DNA test to figure out how she died or whatever they do?
We haven't heard anything. She was found back in September, November, and there has been no update. The only DNA
she was just bones.
Yeah, the only DNA that they found that wasn't belonging to anybody that they know of in the family was some sort of male DNA inside her car, where they found her water bottle and backpack.
And they identified her by her dental records.
Yes.
Okay.
And she was scattered, so I just don't know if they dismembered her or if that was just after they had dumped her that animals found her and ran off with people. But I don't know.
Huh?
But she was buried.
God.
They felt so. A little bit more I can share too with the case is that initially, not the husband. They found her bike. It was alongside a ravine, and then her helmet was found a few miles down further. So why they would dump the bike in one spot and then the helmet in another, I don't know.
Twirl. Twirl. Yeah, I don't even think her bike had anything to do with it.
Yeah, it was all a distraction, but it's weird why they would just throw it, separate the two. Why not just throw, there's the bike, there's the helmet, see,
Yeah.
It uses up time, then it gets investigated, it gets looked at, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it was all staged. Again, anybody that consistently does the same thing every day, like she did again with the camel pack, it's like screwed up. The camel pack should have been there. Or whoever screwed up. I asked about the water and I got the star.
Yep.
Star card looks like. I got the Two of Wands, which also takes place at water, the real Two of Wands, which is a plan, deciding what you're going to do, reflection as well. And I got the Seven of Swords.
Huh?
Hello. That's as good a yes as you're going to get. And then I got the Tower. I would say that water played a role in some way. Yes.
Yeah.
I also
And
got
this
her
oh,
Queen of Wands, and in this Queen of Wands, she's submerged in the water. So that's what I got.
I'd be thinking like along the lines of tranquilized at home and then took to wherever to,
yeah.
the rest of the job to be done, kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you don't
Allyson,
have to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, Allyson, I felt bad. I forgot. I did have you on the screen. You want to show your cards again? Or
Oh.
did you put them
Oh,
away?
I already put them away, but they
Oh, I'm
might
sorry,
be.
sweetheart.
No, it's okay. Let me see if I shuffled it up. Here's my star. 2 of Wands.
I love that deck.
7 of Swords. Tower. And then this is the Queen of Wands in this deck, which is super cool. This crow in the water. And there's the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is very fiery, takes action, whatever. She was a Taurus, but she sounded very fiery, her personality. So I really do think that's her, the Queen of Wands. And I mean, I do think she gave him pushback. I don't think she was a carpet by any means. And most Taurus women aren't carpets. So
Taurus Earth, right?
And Taurus is female Tauruses, and I don't mean to generalize anybody, but they're very much about the home, family. They do take their relationship seriously in general. I mean, you have other placements as well, but mother Tauruses, I'm sure she was very torn by what his ongoing stuff was.
Yeah. Jackie, didn't you get in the haunted house? You're getting the black wings too, right? They put that on the Queen of Wands.
Queen of Wands. No, I didn't have Queen of Wands. I had the Queen of Pentacles there a while ago.
Oh, because I know I thought one of your cards had the black wings with the demon or the vampire. Okay, because
that was the knight.
Oh, it was the knight. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I just pulled a few more cards. I got the devil. And I got the 5, and I got the 5 of swords. I think you got that too earlier.
Yeah.
Distraction. They're come behind, least expected.
Yeah.
Somebody she didn't see it coming. Somebody there that she thought she could trust. I got the 9 of Wands. She tried to run. I got the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom, which is, of course, that false, for at least for me, the wealth, the false facade. The house was very cold. He was all warm and celebrating. And I, too, got the High Priestess. And I also got the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like she might have, because she told her sister she didn't feel safe around him. And so she was already, I think, on edge. And that's why, to get her distracted.
Wow.
Somebody may have been involved who, she would at least, suspect. And I also, too, got the lantern. I got the Hermit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, for me, it almost feels like she saw him doing something, too, or planning something. And then I got the 9 of Wands. I mean, not the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles. I don't know how that fits in right now with the Hermit card, but yeah. Just looking to see if any other comments. So Jeff is still here. Thank you, Jeff, for joining us. So let me just look here at a little bit. So Barry was arrested a year later. Charges were dropped without prejudice, which means he can be retried again for her death. And it's good, and it may very well take time for DNA results to come back. It's not like on CSI or anything, these TV shows where you hand them off and then within an hour later, oh, look what we got. The prosecutor was actually going to, wasn't even fully licensed, apparently, for one of the videos I saw, that she was still missing credits. So there was a lot of issues right off the bat with the prosecutor or the prosecutor's office withholding a scalpelatory evidence. Another DNA profile was found in her car. Let's see, daughters were not home at the day. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Suzanne was having an affair. He was cleared. Yes, husband abusive. We know that. Text messages to prove between her and her sister that she was scared. She did not like being alone with him. God. She was very nervous being alone with him. And of course, there's the video snapshots of 5 different locations that the husband dropping stuff off at. So the daughters, Mallory and Macy, still stand by their father. And that was that information there.
They
but
could be
right now-
afraid too.
Yeah, because one of the questions I was going to ask is, did the father have any type of, oh, look, as I'm shuffling, what comes flying out? As I'm talking about the father, the devil card.
Devil.
And here's 2 people, you know, scared.
I just
think-
got it too.
Did you really? The devil?
I just got it. Yep.
Wow. I'm wondering, and let's see how I could put this. I wonder if he was as abusive to as, you know, to the girls as to the wife, but in more inappropriate ways. And I'll leave it at that. Because he seems to be, to me, from the way, you know, it's like there's just this I don't want to say, I want to say it, but I don't want to say it. But, you know, not trying to bring politics into it. But you know how, you know, 45 was seen, oh, you know, with his daughters, so sit on my lap or holding my hands or it just, for me, it had that kind of ick feeling sometimes when I see them with him. They're not physically doing anything, but I get an ick factor when it comes. And, you know, this could just be, you know, sorry about the planes if you heard that, at the behind the airport. But he's got some sort of, and there was a one picture too of him, and it's a picture of his wife, and he's leaning in forward in front of the camera. He's got his hand and arm across her chest in front of her, and she's behind him. And just that body language of like, my property, I own, I do as I will. You know what I mean? It just, so, Jackie, I don't know if you feel comfortable, if you want to pull on any cards, if there was any, also any sort of type of abuse, on some level with the father towards the daughters. Or did you already pick a card?
Yeah, no, I'm just shuffling away, and this one kind of fell out there. Exorcism. I mean, this is someone controlling who.
That's him.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, this makes sense to what you're saying. Like the question I was asking while shuffling was, were the daughters afraid of him too, just for whatever reason, you know? And that came out. So
Okay, I'm just gonna put Allyson over because she got something.
Well, I was just curious, how old are those kids?
I believe they're in their 20s.
So they're adults now?
Yeah.
Were they in their 20s when this happened?
it was 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think the girls are like their early to mid 20s, not older than that. So they're still relatively young.
Yeah, but they're not kids. You know what I mean? But if you grow, and I'm not saying that I think he did anything to them. I'm not. I don't know. I didn't get that at all, but I haven't read on it as of yet. But if in fact he was, when you grow up in that kind of thing, that's such a controlling, fear-based. Just, I mean, it forms your pattern of thinking and everything, right? So that is a puppet master situation. But anyways, as far as like, because I just asked what happened to her. What happened to her? I got the devil. That was the first card that came out. The clarifier was the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and I got justice. Justice in terms of her getting what she deserved, right? Not in truth, but just the way it was seen through who did this to their eyes, right? And again, I asked what happened. the Sun, right? Her happiness clarified by the Knight of Cups. I think this is her relationship. Three of Wands, which is taking action on the situation, clarified by the Four of Cups, which is just the whole melancholy, not knowing what else to do type thing. I got the Five of Swords on what happened. Five of Swords is about winning at all costs to me. That's how I read it. I've heard all kinds of different stuff lately from different readers. And it's like the Five of Swords is like, you're going to win. You're winning. You won. You got all the swords. You're winning. Whatever you got to do, right? So Five of Swords clarified by the Ten of Swords, which is the total ending and destruction. I would think this is going to be, and again, she came up as the Queen of Wands. She might have gave him all kinds of pushback. I understand she was afraid. She talked to her sister and whatever, but on the inside or whatever, she's probably like, I'm getting out of this. Especially if she's got somebody that loves her. And once you know you've got somebody that's got your back and whatever. I mean, she was probably codependent, maybe not. But when you go from one relationship right into another one, and there was talk that she was saying that she wanted to marry this guy. It's like, you're already married. You're already talking about who else you're going to marry. That's a very codependent attitude. And also staying in a relationship that's toxic and bad for years and years and years and not finding a way out of it. So she was, and it happens a lot. It happens to lots of people, men and women, that you just get trapped. But I'm just saying, Ten of Swords, the total devastation that caused this Five of Swords. This could be either one of them, so I'm not really sure. And then I got Page of Hazards, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is a plan, right? Clarified by the Eight of Hazards, which is working on things, right? So working on it to have a plan on how to go and all of that. This again could be either one of them with the Pentacles. But that is an earth sign and she was a Taurus. I don't know anything about the husband. I really don't want to. But I got the Six of Wands clarifying the Chariot. A lot of these, I really do think this is her. So this is having some sort of a victory in terms of what she was planning to do, the Chariot. And I got the Four of Wands. I think she really felt like she was going to get out of this. I think and who knows what that, I think they had a major blowout. I think that day everything was coming to a head. Something went down at the house. Don't know what happened. I think her life ended in that house. And we just don't know what happened. And with somebody else involved, probably with the cleanup, in my opinion, YouTube. Maybe more so than that, or maybe somebody helped him plan it out or whatever. But I think the actual actions, it was him and her. And then in the end, I got the Ace of Hazards, which is the new beginning, right? Which is the Ace of Pentacles, which I would see as him. It clarified by the Nine of Swords. I think whoever's involved, they do have a lot of anxiety and worry about any day, which of course, how wouldn't you? I don't understand. I know it's because they're mentally ill, but anybody that could take somebody else's life, that alone is just bizarre. But then moving forward your life, the rest of your life, it's like, how do you even live? How do you even move forward? It's like you end you end your life on that day as well. Yeah. I mean, who wants to live that way? You might as well. It's like, why didn't you just take care of yourself and then let everybody else live? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know if that makes sense, you guys, but I always think that when I read or think about stuff like this or read stuff and whatever, it's like you end both lives when you kill somebody. So you might as well just take your own life. That's how I see it. So anyways, sorry, that just came to me. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, sorry. So I'm going to share, because I got similar cards. I'll get right to Jackie. I got the Devil. Allyson got on the Devil. At the bottom of the deck was the Sun. Allyson got on the Sun.
I got the Sun as well.
She thought, that's why I wanted to bring that up. She really thought that she was, she had hope. She thought that the way was clear for her. I did get also the Ace of Swords. I did
too. I got all three of those.
Well, Ace of Swords.
In that last reading.
I got the Ten of Swords.
I got that too. Wow.
I did get the King of Cups, and I was asking about dad with daughters and stuff. This was his outward. This was how he appeared to people. Very loving. I'm the loving father. I'm the providing father. But then the next card right after that was also the Ten of Wands. So there was a lot, and then I was told to just pull one more card over. There's the water, and there she is.
What is that, honey?
And there's it's the Three of Cups. People are celebrating. She's underwater. So there's your pool, your water card. So yeah, I don't know if it was in the bathtub, in the pool. He also, before we go, because I know Allyson got to get going soon. Oh, Jackie, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Was there anything that you wanted to share with cards?
Yeah,
I mean, Heather. You're not gonna need to give me up on the screen.
Focused on were the daughters afraid of him. So like I showed you the Hierophant already, right, which is an exorcism in this deck, but I also then have the Emperor card as well. Now the two of these together totally give me kind of cult leader kind of vibes, you know, just they think they own everyone and rule everyone, and you know, just creepy as hell. Like and then I thought it's interesting that these come out together. The Six of
Devil
and the Devil. So like they had, I think the girls were afraid of him because he was so kind of disciplinarian and Jesus, trying to rule everyone's lives. But like they possibly had really good times, but really bad times then as well, you know, the complete kind of opposite energy from the two of these cards, you know. So it was like maybe they kind of hung around for so long just because there was these good times, but you know, at the bottom of it all, he just seemed to be this kind of I just totally get kind of cultish vibes.
Scary.
Yeah. You
yeah,
know?
and Barry's a hunter. He's got animal
Yes.
heads on his wall, and one of the excuses that he gave that day about having the tranquilizer gun was that he's been shooting at squirrels or groundhogs.
Chipmunks.
Yeah. Chipmunks.
What a
Yeah.
goofball.
So if this is the kind of jackass. Yes.
Yeah, he's got to screw loose.
He sure does. But it's that narcissistic, you know.
Yeah.
Now, Allyson, I saw you shuffling like a mad woman. Do you have any last cards before?
No, I was putting everything away. I think yeah. I just
gaslighting.
The more and it's from me reading on this, the energy is just gross with him.
That's why
I think everybody was afraid. And when you grow up and that is your, and I didn't pick up on any of that before until I was reading on it and talking about it. I think that, I don't think that they might have found, the children might have found out something. They might have witnessed something. They might have had an idea or whatever. They just know better than to even, even if they suspect it, they're like, whoop, like, I don't think that they played any part. That's me. I don't think so. But I also think that even if they know anything, they would never talk about it.
Yeah, because they're too
he's
scary.
like he's so scary. And you always want your parents to love you, even if they're screwed up. We're wired that way, right? Yep. You want the love of your children, or you want the love of your parents.
My mom was like
that. So I think it's just a very twisted dynamic, quite possibly.
Yep, that was how it was with my mom and I. So I totally understand. She didn't kill anybody, I hope. But yeah, it was
hope not.
Our things, you know, our relationship got twisted, but like Isadora says, Stockholm syndrome. So
what's that?
Yeah. Well, Stockholm is basically you see abuse or you get abuse, but then at the same time, here I kind of like love you. Please forgive me.
Yeah, here's this cake.
You know, let me make something. And so you get this thing where you feel like you know, you can't live
You're
without
confused.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaslighting. That card jumped out a while
Gaslighting.
ago.
Huge gaslighting. Yes. Yeah.
So
Sounds a bit like Munchausen, you know, the thing with Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Hold on.
well, that was the parent actually making the child sick to the point of death before,
Yeah.
you know. So that's a totally, but she could have been the same, you know, thing too.
Yeah.
You know, mom's hurting me, but at the same time she's saving me. So
Yeah.
it's all sick and twisted. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, it's 1:33. Ladies, thank you. I know Allison's got to get back to her route, pick up the kitties. Thank you for you know, again on another Wednesday. Everybody in chat, thank you for joining us. And again, leave comments in the comment section of anything that you might picked up on, that you hit on. Isadora, I know earlier on you had cards, so if you want to share those in the comments, please do. Would love to see them. And who knows, we may be back at some point with a part 2, because we have to kind of, you know, wait now and see what's what with whatever
See what
evidence.
happens.
Yeah, so it's probably going to take at least another 3 months or so. Hopefully not, because this woman deserves justice. But and also a quick reminder, I didn't realize until yesterday, but next Tuesday on the 13th is the anniversary of Abby and Libby's murder from Delphi that we read on last year. So that anniversary is coming up as well. So February is kind of a heavy month for a lot of people. So but yes, everyone, take good care of yourselves. And if you hear of any cases in or around your area, or that you would like for us to read on, just either email Jackie or I, you know, and we'll see, and we'll get back to you. So,
And we're
again,
live next Tuesday, Heather.
yes, next Tuesday on the 13th on Jackie's channel, we are going to be having Saugche Graham on, and she's the one, where's my deck, there we go, that created the deck one of the decks we were using. So
Nice.
Haunted House Tarot, she's going to be a guest. Jackie Rain and I will be on Jackie's channel, and we'll be having like a meet and greet and chat
That's so
about
cool.
her deck and everything. So
Can't wait.
What time?
So,
8 p.m. GMT anyway. I don't know what that is in your time.
General Mountain Time?
that's her
Greenwich Mean Time.
Irish.
Oh, that's your time. What about your time, Heather? Do you know, or?
So Jackie is 5 hours ahead. So if it's
3 p.m. your time.
Be 3 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll watch
So,
it when I get home next Tuesday.
all right.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
All
Thank
right,
you,
I gotta
Sherry.
run.
Great job. Yep, everybody. Thank you. Jackie, you want to talk for a few minutes after show?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Thank you,
Have a good
Heather.
day.
Bye.